far across the seas, away from the eastern empires of Faerun, is another world, another isle, beset by its own legends and lore. The Isle of Bastion is the home to the allied races of men. Elves, dwarves, gnomes, many finding respite here on this large landmass. And this continent has been at war with an enemy to the west. Dark and vile hordes of creatures that have plagued the elven realms and the vast forests across the King's Bridge. Now is a time of desperation. The current king, Alderic III, is away tending to the elf lords in the far forest, leaving the regent prince in charge. And dark powers are afoot throughout the land, usurping power, trying to bring about their own machinations. We are playing in the river valley of the Goldwyn Valley, what used to be the Olven Forest of the Arendon, the Silent Forest, in the village of Aelingil, where we have met our player characters. Moss, the strange, war-forged creature, hewn of rock, wood, and stone. You were found by Nadine Honormore, a young, perhaps young teen girl, recently bit by perhaps a lycanthrope near her hometown, on the run from her parents and from the world. Kelpie Tuffet, a Triton bard who is here in town with his brother. And they all have met a strange half-orc man of perhaps strong and noble blood, Talak, who hails from the Barren Lands to the south. While all of them have their own reasons for being here in town, they find themselves at the Vernal Equinox Festival, celebrating Selune, the goddess of the moon. And things are not what they seem, as a hunt had been put out to track down this creature, this shapeshifter. And as Nadine met the party, they were attacked by fell shadows, a dark rider upon horseback, perhaps a fey consort of sorts, chasing her for some reason, yet to be discovered. And as the team has returned back to Aelingil, they enter, only to face perhaps a strange enemy, or perhaps an old foe. Talak, Kelpie, Nadine, and Moss make their way down the main drag towards the city gates, where a disheveled wagon with a broken wheel and scarred marrings on the outside of the carriage panels reveals a familiar face, each of them having perhaps an interlude with this character over the last day. Nadine more than a month prior, when she and her shifted form attacked this carriage, unable to control her power. Fortunately, the gnome that steps out of the carriage with his beady little eyes and dark, menacing robes, in a friendly enough voice, says,
Hey, everybody. I seem to be having some difficulties with my wheel back here. There was an incident last month, and I was wondering if you could help me turn the carriage around. I'm trying to make it down to the docks.
He gives all of you a gleaming stare, recognizing Talak immediately and giving him a bit of a wink, but really paying no heed to the rest of you, and Nadine especially. There's no recollection or bearing of witness of how you may have interacted with him a month earlier. For now, you can sweat it. And what are you guys going to do?
Nadine tries not to throw up.
You. The little guy needs some help?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Yeah, sure, I'll help you. What do you need?
See, the wheel is just, it doesn't bend the way it used to. I need to get it repaired, but I do need to get these supplies down to the Gnomish district here at the edge of the docks. If I could just have you help me to turn the horses, back the wagon out. It's just the wheel is a bit wonky.
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll help you.
Here you go.
And he kind of invites you to just man the vehicle in whatever way you would see fit, and sort of steps out of your way into the middle of the streets. And Talak, what are you doing?
I am just sort of watching this. just watching the gnome. Sort of, I'll help Kelpie fix it because using my strength sort of give him a boost. But other than that, sort of watching.
Okay. He kind of steps up behind you just a little bit, Talak, just out of sight, and just whispers under his breath to you.
Did you think about our little bargain?
I'm not interested. Sorry.
Do I hear this? Is he sneaky enough about that?
I mean, you would be maybe dealing with a carriage and some horses, but you might hear inklings of whispering, yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't whispering. I said it loud enough for Kelpie to hear.
I just kind of like look at him a little bit. Not like too nosy about it.
Very good. I'm sure we'll see each other again before it's all said and done, this festival.
I'm sure we will.
He walks up and, inspects Moss. At this point, Moss, have you shifted? Like, I forget how you were entering town.
No, I'm just in my normal shape.
Oh, it's just a very strange specimen here. I haven't seen one quite like you before.
He kind of just very rudely just sort of like knocks and raps at your thigh and your knee with a small cane.
I think Nadine kind of puts herself in between this man and Moss, kind of protectively.
I'm just talking.
Oh, I'd be careful with him. He's one of those what do they call them? Manitans or something? I don't know.
Automatons.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's
very rude to just knock on someone.
Oh, look at that. So lifelike.
Well, of course, I'm full of life.
Brilliant. They've got all these things programmed into you already. That's amazing.
Programmed?
What does that word mean?
Why would I be programmed?
Anyway, good. Yes, just back it up straight here. I can take it down the hillside. Yes, perfect. Yes, thank you.
Sounds good.
All right. Here you are. And here for your troubles.
And he hands you a silver piece, and then kind of like hops up onto the wagon, takes a modified little stair ladder system fit for a gnome, and climbs up to the top, snaps the reins, gives the nods kind of to the guards, and then makes his way down an alleyway to the south, descending out of sight. He just begins kind of whistling a gleeful little tune.
What? See you later, buddy. What did he say his name was?
No, I never got it.
Man, well, that was mighty rude of me. Oh well. Anyways, friends, how's everybody doing? We ready to party it up?
Not at all.
Partying?
I mean,
Party.
we're at a festival.
Oh,
We don't have to like party, I don't even think.
I thought we were trying to get a room at
What? I mean, yeah, we can do our own little thing. We can do whatever.
There's a lot of people and a lot of eyes and a lot of attention, and there's a lot of people in this town, more than I thought. You said this is the same. This is the Moon Festival.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, they're worshipping Selune.
Ah, I see.
I haven't met her, but she seems cool.
Who, the goddess?
I guess. I don't know. Obviously, people throw parties for her. She's pretty cool.
I guess that makes sense. If you do throw a party for someone, even if they're a goddess, they must be pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe they're good people. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, I guess we can get you guys to the room then.
Let's make our way quicker than normal. Kelpie, do you think you can make some sort of distraction? It would be easier if we can move through the streets more.
Now, are we talking about like we're gonna have to hide a little bit after this distraction, or like 1 to 10,
no,
one being a cough and 10 being arson? What do you need from me?
Well, a cough.
four.
I don't think there's a
Arson.
plague about, so that'll be fine. No one will care
Okay,
about
well,
that.
I'm very confused because
No.
everybody had a different answer.
Let's calm down. What I mean by distraction is get everyone's eyes on you. Just look at you.
Why don't you play
Okay,
a
yeah,
song?
sure. Oh, I would love to. Is there like? Oh, do I see my little band friends or anybody like making music or doing anything like that, like performing at all?
There would be some buskers kind of like right inside the gate in the Whitestone, but a lot of the festival is actually taking place around the city center. So in the large square where all of like the arbors and vine work is done around the main stage. But throughout the city, you'll find like small booths and tents that are selling things. At this point, Jim kind of grabs you and says, "Come on, yeah, you're kind of famous, so perhaps you can, just give him a taste. I'll bark for you, and we can, ride on in, and all eyes will be on you, brother. You're used to that, right?"
I get like a little pep in my step. All right, brother, let's do this. I'm just gonna walk up to the first person I see that's doing any sort of performance.
Okay. So just as a little bookkeeping here, you guys were coming back into town from the hunt, and were sort of told to go and capture this creature or kill this creature if necessary, and then bring it back to Captain Masai and to Priestess Jaskera, or Jastera. Do you have intentions of doing that? I know that Jim had like a carcass and like a net around his back.
That's right.
I think that's what we should do. I'm gonna be honest. I forgot about that.
Yep.
I mean, I was just seeing if you guys knew what we were supposed to be doing.
Of course, I was making sure. I didn't want to be the only note taker.
I didn't want to be the one. That's just how it is.
I tell you what, I'm just here to be here. I'm just happy to be here. That's all.
All right. Well, then, without missing a beat, Jim starts barking up. "Ladies and gentlemen, the famous Kelpie Tuvet's come back from the hunt. Oh, and we have killed the beast. We have killed and we have returned the beast, the famous Kelpie Tuvet." And is like drawing just a super large crowd. People start like clapping and cheering when they realize that a hunting party has returned. But they are sort of patting Jim on the back, looking at the disgusting, horrible beast, and dancing along to you. Can you make me a performance check?
Oh, certainly.
Remember to say your rolls out loud, guys.
That is a 21.
Ooh,
Oh,
baby.
right.
Let's go.
All right. As with a hop and a skip, you guys head in through the main gates up into the White Stones, kind of drowning out some of the buskers that are already playing. As you parade up past towards the entrance of the Dawn's Respite, where are you going to proceed to? As you're getting all this attention, and then what are the rest of you doing?
Oh yeah, because we kind of should have like split up and planned because we have to go take the thing. So I guess they just like dip out to the side and go to the room. That was their intention, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just be doing a little kind of southern plucking on my banjo, just walking on the street, kind of like skipping and humming towards wherever I think I'm supposed to be walking. Just assuming my brother is going the right direction also.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of look at the team and give them a little wink and just get a little louder.
Talok will nod back. All right, you two, let's go.
Where?
To the room. We can stay hidden there a little bit.
That sounds good to me.
Nadine kind of like shoves her hood up more over her head and definitely like keeps her eyes planted at this ground, like watching her feet kind of move, like keeping everything about her. She's trying to stay hidden.
Right.
Talok will be using his prowess at, all these years of survival, just sort of getting his way through the city and getting to their room. He has a few plans.
As the three of you get up to the entrance and begin to kind of cross to head to the main entrance and up the stairwell into the Dawn's Respite.
Before we enter.
I rolled a 12 on the roll I just made. All three of you with your passive perception beat my score. And all three of you see an enormous like a giant owl basically crest up on top of the roof of the university, like on like a large, like almost like a I don't know, like a gargoyle, like wooden pillar. And it looks very similar to the giant owl that you saw flying into the village, and it is perched and staring right down at you.
Do I recognize what this thing is at all?
Well, I mean, it's a giant owl, meaning
It's
like,
beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I almost spit water all over my
here.
computer.
Let me rephrase that. Would Talok have any inclination of what this thing is doing, or is it just
you make
Like
me
what its service is?
You can make me a nature check if you'd like.
all right?
Owls do be flying and stuff, though. And they do be
Birdman, man of the birds.
Nature. That's 16.
16. It's unusual that a creature from the wilderness like this would be in a town this busy, but it is a town that venerates the moon goddess, and owls are also, I mean, part of that celebrated creature. I don't know. You don't think it's a pet?
Let's just keep going for right now.
It is majestic. I would love to talk with it at some.
I'm sure you'll get the chance. He's gonna keep going. Before we enter the inn, he's gonna pull him aside. Alright, so I have a plan. There's probably gonna be a good amount of people in there. We need to get from point A to point B at the top of the stairs. So,
Okay.
I can do a little bit of magic, but we still might have to be a little bit stealthy. Just walk in after me. Give me about 6 seconds. And I will sort of turn around, open the door, and is this place fairly lit by like firelight?
Yeah, at this point, the evening sun is beginning to kind of pour into the western windows, but the rest of it, lots of candelabras on the walls and kind of hanging over the large lodge-like tables, and then several fireplaces throughout.
Since control flames is not concentration, could I technically cast it a few times over the course of like a few seconds to get all of them like extinguished? All the like lights I can see?
Probably, yeah.
That's nifty.
All right, I will sort of walk in, sort of give the nod to the bartender like I'm just going up to my room. And then I'll just like sort of cover my tattooed arm with my cloak and just sort of snap my fingers, and I'll extinguish all the lights in the place.
It's cantrip, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So at some point, just random, all the flames begin to like get snuffed out in the tavern, and people are like in an uproar. They're just like, "What?" You see, after a couple of the flames get snuffed out and people begin kind of this riotous confusion, the barkeep, the dwarven owner, Lurag, climbs up onto a step stool on top of the bar, or like up to get a higher view of the bar, and he just shouts out, "Whoever's doing this magic stuff needs to cut it off right now! If I find out who you are, I'm gonna cut your hands off!"
Oh my god.
He's like looking around, trying to figure out if he can like see the suspect. It is super crowded in there. Can you just make me a? Can you make me a sleight of hand, but you can add your spellcasting modifier to it.
Okay, so I'll add my.
That's a super fun roll.
Will I do both dexterity or just spellcasting?
What's your dex mod?
Dex is +3, spellcasting is +4.
Yeah, you can just roll it together. Roll a 7.
All right. That's 17 + 7. So.
All right.
God, Billy, damn.
At this point, he pinpoints the wrong person and points to this like little like middle-aged gnomish man in a robe, and says, "Get him!" As 3 drunks tackle him and begin to kind of like hold him up. And you look and you can see that like he is just like a cobbler or something at this point. It was just like wrong time, wrong place. And he's like, they're brushing him off like, "Oh, no, our bad. We thought something else. Here,
really
get him a
thought
drink."
Well, while this is happening, I would already been ushering the other two and like, let's go.
And as we're going through, Moss is just gonna use Druidcraft to reignite the lights behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Like fake birthday candles.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Moss.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I forgot about that.
This entire
It's
campaign
their
is Moss's birthday.
You make it to the winding grand staircase, adorned with various antlers, and make your way up, spiraling into the main floor. And Talak takes you down the western corridor to a large room. You have a key, and Kelpie has a key, and you kind of unlock it, let them in, and from there you can see a kind of a broad courtyard to the north. And sort of the spire of a nearby elven-looking structure, but it's rather peaceful on that other side. So looking out, you seem to be alone in the room at this point.
All right, we should be pretty safe here. Sort of sits down on the bed. If there's multiple, he'll take the one on the right.
Mm-hmm. There would be 2 large beds in this room.
Okay, yeah, he'll take the one on the right. Sort of look out the window.
Looking out the window, is there any plants within roughly 30 feet of where we're at?
I'm not entirely sure what the measurement here would be. That's the initiative. I don't want to roll that. This one. Meh. There would be a couple of trees right outside the window. They're in large, stacked stone, they're almost like pots, but just like circles of stacked stone. And then the elves here of the village have sort of made sure that there's green space throughout the Whitestone district.
And are these budding trees? Would they have flowers or fruit on them?
Yes, it is springtime, so you would see little bulbs, and the leaves are just starting to come back in kind of their light. They're not even nearly full at this point, but...
Then, while I'm just staring out the window, I'm gonna continue to use Druidcraft and just kind of help the tree grow larger and larger until it's within range where I could reach out. And would this be a fruit tree or more flowers?
Let's see. This, we're going to say, is something akin to like a fig tree.
A fig tree? Okay. I'm just gonna take a couple figs and pass them out to everyone in the room.
Oh, that's a neat trick.
Nadine eats it immediately, entirely in one bite, with the pit. Do figs have pits?
They're full of almost like sugary seeds when they're dried, and I don't think if there is a pit, they're typically removed. But
She eats the pit.
oh jeez,
She eats
who
the
just-
entire thing in one bite.
Who just eats figs off of a tree?
Cool people like
Stop.
Moss do.
I guess.
Talok
You can't-
will start turning the fig in his hand and begin ritual casting Identify. So, few things to discuss right off the bat.
Yeah, these figs are really good.
I'm
Glad
sure
you
they're
liked them.
amazing.
Would you like another one?
Yes.
I'm just gonna
Her eyes go wide.
have it
Oh,
refruit
wait.
in my hand and
She's
give
like
her
an
another.
excited puppy every time you hand her food.
I think it's dates that have the pits. Figs do not. Figs are seed laden.
Oh.
Yep. Lots
I
of
really
seed.
thought you were gonna be like, oh wait, dogs are deathly allergic to figs.
Oh no.
You're
Does
done.
this mean I can't eat grapes? Sorry, unrelated, getting sidetracked.
Very sidetracked.
Or chocolate.
So, I know you said, Nadine, that you didn't know what that thing was.
Yeah,
You'd
I've
never...
never seen it before other than earlier that day.
Because it certainly seemed to know you.
That's what I'm concerned about. Do you have any idea what it is?
I have a slight inclination, yeah. Seems to be some sort of fey creature. But that's about all I know. I'd have to do more research.
It's been a while since I've seen a fae. Do you know what kind of creature?
I have seen automatons. But you're very interesting. You can hold a conversation. you're sentient, yes?
Well, of course.
That's crazy.
Are there automatons that are not sentient?
Plenty of them.
Why would someone do something so cruel?
They
It leads me to
perform
believe that maybe you're not one of
automaton.
She eats another fig. Not one of those things, and something else.
No, you're completely different. I will literally drop ritual casting identify and now start ritual casting detect magic solely on Moss.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. Well, you give that. If you don't have anything to increase your. You're not a sorcerer. Okay, never mind. Or, I'm
Nope.
sorry. Was it sorcerer or warlock that has the increased rituals? Either way. As you guys are settling into the room and with a bit of privacy, Kelpie and Jim go parading up the main drag of the Whitestone into sort of like the central Elven district here by the Moonlight Garden, and the further in you get, the harder it is to like continue to play a tune.
Okay.
But Jim is basically making this procession and is heading to the steps of the temple of Selune, the main like marbled steps that rise up to the tower in the center of town where everyone had been addressed to the morning of the hunt. Are you going to follow him?
Yeah, I'm still just skipping along, playing my little song.
All right. He gets the attention of several of the guards. He slaps one on the shoulder, and she just like with just needle eyes, just like stares right back at him and says, "Hey, your name was Ibri, right? Yeah. You with those pretty green eyes. I remember you. Looking, we the Tuffet brothers. We signed up for the hunt. We return with the beast." And he holds this, heavy carcass out, dried and desiccated, and sort of sets it down on the ground. The strong elven guard looks down at it. She turns. She whispers into the guard standing next to her, and she turns around and goes back up the steps. As you just hear a kind of a small voice come from underneath a dense helmet. It says, "Wait right here."
Okay.
In a moment's time, the guards come back. They open up the door to the temple. They give the other guard a nod. And Ibri says, "Upstairs."
Well, thank you kindly. I'm just gonna waltz on in. I'd imagine I probably still be playing for the first couple of steps I walk in, and then kind of look around and assess the situation. Like maybe not.
As you step into a enormous square and marble room, a series of tall marbled pillars sit in a circle as a brilliant display of almost like starlight faceted beams coming from this enormous globe that you can see maybe 40 or 50 feet in the air. The late day sun streaming in and kind of just broadcasting all of these like prisms of light across the wall. You can see a couple of different tiers of various walkways at different heights above you that sort of walk around the perimeter. There are two egresses within this space, one to the east and one to the west, that have sort of high-arched doors that stay on the main floor, and then adjacent to them, stairwells that then rise up to these platforms surrounding the perimeter. In a moment or two, you can see a woman come from the far end, straight across from you, where there is another enormous archway with doors, and the daylight from the exterior courtyard comes streaming through as you are approached by two priests walking next to Justera, the speaker of Aelingil. This kind of middle-aged, very peaceful-looking elven woman has long silvery hair and a very serious, if not dour, look upon her face. And she says, "Welcome to the Temple of Selune. I am Priestess Justira. We have not been formally introduced. Who are you?"
We're the Tuffet brothers. How you doing there?
Tuffets. Where do you hail from within the Isle?
We are from Salt Shore.
Brothers.
Well, yes.
Clearly. This is the beast?
I reckon.
Yes, ma'am. He kind of just tosses it down on the ground. The little ashy bits of it scatter across the white marble, and he's just like, "Ugh, sorry about that. He's a little crispy."
Pretty gross.
And this is what you found in the woods.
We sure did.
Is this
You're
what
right
you
in those
believe
words.
attacked the riders? 2 fortnights ago? Was this what we were hunting in the forest? Is this what I sent you out there for? Is this what you believe? The
I
beast.
tell you what, this thing fought hard. I mean, look at me, because I'm still kind of like I'm at like half health, so I'm looking a little rough still.
Yes, ma'am. That's what it is. I need both of you to make, or I'm gonna have you make me a deception check.
Oh boy. Cool. That is a 21. I got you, Jim.
No doubt that this is what you destroyed in the forest. Tell me, the rest of your company, did they come back alive? I've heard reports that many perished.
Well, our team made it fine, but there were a couple people out there who didn't fare as well, I suppose.
Very good. All right, Brothers Tuffet. If you do find another in your company or more that would be part of tonight's ceremony, at dusk, at the final setting of sunlight, we will be giving out your award. Please meet us here at the steps.
I tell you what, that sounds like a plan.
Leave the beast, please.
Certainly.
We'll be seeing you. Enjoy the festival, and may Selune's light always be with you.
Yep, you too.
As you are get escorted out the front, can you make me a perception check, please? It's gonna be a DC 16.
Come on now, baby. That's a fat old 4.
You are strong-armed out, and they without kicking, but anyway, the guards come down. They lock up the front of the temple. The festivities continue outside, and you are to meet her back here at the final light. And then shortly thereafter, you have a performance to give with the Riverbend Quartet.
Do I know where I'm meeting them?
They are staying in the same inn as you, so they're probably in there somewhere.
Awesome. I'm gonna look at my dear brother. So, you hungry? I could eat.
I could too. Why don't you go check on your friends, though?
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna
okay. That's right.
go to the beer garden and grab an ale or something. I tell you what, it seems like it might be a little too crowded in there right now for, I don't know, the new folks.
Okay, yeah.
But I'll meet you out here in the gardens later tonight. Looking forward to your performance there, little brother.
That means the world to me.
All right, and as you kind of curtail yourself and head away, You see, there's actually a guard that ends up kind of following your brother at I don't know 20 paces. They're just heading in the same direction, and then eventually, when she makes it to the gardens, she kind of like sets up posts and stops. He continues on and heads into the festival.
Okay. So I know I'm supposed to be going back there, but I wanna see this town. This is like a big deal for Kelpie because he comes from a small little fishing village. So is there like, I'm just looking for anything that like catch my eye, maybe like a somewhere that sells food or like something like a local like thing, just somebody doing something that just seems kind of weird or foreign to Kelpie. Just anything to like, I guess, educate himself to scratch that curious itch.
Got it. So you would see a kind of an elegant multi-brick building, sort of catty corner across from the Moonlight Gardens, and this would be to your west.
Okay.
And you see a crowd. There's a big line over here that's kind of formed. It's outside of what looks to be perhaps like a bank of some kind and a smithy. But there is some sort of like food situation going on to the west. There is also likewise here forming at the front of the Moonlight Gardens a small group. There's a woman in long silver robes with kind of blue silk patches that is sort of shouting out in a small bullhorn. Tours of Aelingil starting here in 10 minutes. Tours of Aelingil. Please come. See all the historic sites.
I just can't. A tour? I can't pass that. I'm just kind of like talking to myself, like in the middle of the street, this weird shirtless man. Man. I don't know. I feel like that tour is calling to me. I'm gonna walk up to him.
All right.
Did you say tour?
Yes, tours. Yes.
Well, I tell you what, I'm a little far from home, and I would love to take a tour, see some new sights.
Oh, yes, my aqueous friend. Yes, please. I will give you just all of the sites. We're waiting for a few more. And you see at this point, there's like sort of this heavy set human couple that have like 6 children. And they're just like, they're tied to leashes and they come up and, they've got like their little festival hats
Medieval
on.
backpack kids?
Yeah, exactly. And,
oh my God.
The dad has got this hat that's like trimmed in silver that says Vernal Festival 1487 or whatever.
No, it's like Disney World.
Oh no.
This is awful. I love it.
At this point, the kids are shrieking. They've got like powdered sugar all over their hands from the little cakes that have been given out. Just a few more and we'll get this tour started. Yes, we'll see all the historic districts. This is going to take probably like a half hour to complete as you kind of stroll around the city perimeter. So we'll cut you there. Let's go back inside. What are the people inside the inn doing at this point?
As Talak has been casting his detect magic on me, Moss has just kind of sat down in the center.
Nadine is continuing to stress eat.
And just looking around, taking in everything.
Talak, as your vision begins to change a bit to see the various striations of magical energy that are surrounding your companion here, you begin to see that kind of the very fibers of the wood themselves have like slight, almost like cybernetic like qualities, as like little strands of energy kind of go through the threads of the veins of the wood itself. Various whatever, like dulcets and other types of structural pieces that are built into his form have emanations of various types of energy. It's hard to pinpoint what magical auras are really coming from him, but you can tell that there is the entire essence of magic that has given him sentience, and a lot of it is coming from the mechanisms that are in his facial structure and sort of in his solar plexus.
Well, damn. Sort of drop the spell. It's not an automaton, that's for sure.
Did you learn anything interesting?
Oh, you're animated by some form of magic. Other than that, no.
That's good to know.
Sorry, but you can just, like, see the magic in people?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Well, I have to. He sort of pulls up the the tattoos on his arm, sort of shows it from under his cloak.
Whoa.
If you look at these equations, there's almost a string of math to the weave, and you have to learn to pluck at it, almost like a harp. But once you sort of get that down, you can see magic. Pretty neat.
She, like, kind of hovers her hand over the tattoo, and she's like, can I touch it?
I mean, sure.
And she kind of just, like, traces her fingers along, like, one of, like, the lines that he pointed out, and she's like, this is so interesting. Did these tattoos hurt?
No.
Are you lying?
Yes, it hurt very badly.
Wow.
You see, I got these back in my tribe.
Your tribe?
Yeah.
You know, since we're gonna be friends, and since we're all at the same birthday party, we might as well get to know each other a little bit. Where are you from, Talak?
Down south.
Well, wow, congrats on having the most vague and possibly most mysterious answer ever. I'm not asking for just general directions.
All right.
Where are you from? If you don't want to say, that's also okay.
I don't want to say.
Okay.
I come from a tribe. And, well, this one, he points to another sort of, it looks more like an evocation circle. Almost like a Goetia symbol. This one I got from a more human settlement. It hurt significantly less. Needle was very small. Back with the orcs, they had big needles. Very big.
You don't like needles, do you?
I have no problem with needles.
Are you lying?
At this time, no.
I see.
If Talok was scared of needles, why would he have that large needle on his side?
Maybe it's different.
I like him. No, It's
Needles just poke. And that's
Yes.
what that does as well.
See, the orcs have a very interesting form of tattooing where they believe pain is a symbol of better tattoo work.
That's
the more you
weird.
scream, the more. It's very weird. It's a cultural thing.
For
Do
lack
you
of
not
better
have
phrasing, that's
someone
kind of
that can
fucked up.
heal?
Well, sure. But where are you from, Nadine? Moss, where are you from?
Well, you found me in the forest.
That's a good point.
Sorry, mic broke. We're back.
I
The heck is a mic?
I thought that was just I thought that was a character bit. I'm not
That
gonna
was
lie.
not a character bit.
Other than that, I don't really remember getting to the forest.
Do you have any family?
I don't know. I guess my creator would be family.
Oh, well, where's he? Or where are they? Or what are they?
I don't think they're around anymore.
Oh,
Really don't know.
you mean like they left or like they died?
Okay.
She just the social cue just like flies over her head, and she's just like very
They
like,
could have died. I would like to meet him again.
Oh wow! Look at that fig that just grew on that tree. That's an
fig.
impressive.
Where?
moss.
Where?
There was no fig.
Oh,
He reaches out his hand and makes another fig and hands it to Nadine.
she wolfs it down. and just this grin on her face is massive.
You know what? Let's change this subject. Nadine, you're from somewhere, right? You're not actually north from the woods, are you?
I'm from Storm Hollow.
Oh, Storm Hollow.
Yes, but I moved on my own.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's understandable. I did that as well. Not from Storm Hollow, but moved out on my own.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Well, you and your big needle people must have not gotten along then, huh?
Oh, we got along fine. Just you know, big world, small tribe.
Ah, I see.
World traveler.
Something like that. Haven't been to Storm Hollow though. Heard it's nice this time of year though.
Oh, it's okay. We don't have to go there though, at all, ever.
Okay. No, yep.
Perhaps. That doesn't.
You know what? I can see this is getting awkward.
Really?
Would you like to see a magic trick?
Really? Wait.
Oh god.
She kind of goes from this painfully sarcastic moment of like, oh yeah, to like, wait, a magic trick? You can you do a magic trick, please? That'd be really cool to see.
I can, and I'll sort of unsheath the sword, just do like a flare to sort of hold up in the like sky, very like Skyward Sword Zelda style. All right. Now watch this, and I'll hold my other hand up, and you'll watch as the tattoos sort of ignite and like spark into green flames as it, like spirals down my arm and into my hand. And as I sort of run the hand up the blade, the flame just it's a green flame blade.
She just sits there, her eyes just like wide, and like her eyes are already pretty like big and like definitely the least human part about her, so you can almost like see the reflection of the green just like erupt in her eyes as she just sits there just being like, whoa, that's a cool looking fire.
This is a trick I picked up back training with my mother, actually.
Whoa.
Sort of, he'll do like a quick twirl, and like the flames will flicker out, and he'll sheath it again.
She just like goes like,
yes, it is real flame, actually.
can I touch it?
Oh, well, I would recommend not.
DM, are there any candles in the room?
Yeah, the room would have some tallow candles in some probably lanterns of some kind in order to prevent fires from breaking out, and a small hearth, perhaps like a third of the size of a normal one.
Okay. Talak,
Yeah?
how is your flame green? All I can do is this, and in the hearth just ignite a small fire with druid craft again.
Well, I don't know. I suppose it comes from my studies, I suppose. Being able to pluck at the weave, like I said before, I can do some things that aren't typically considered natural, I suppose. At least not in the natural order of things. I don't know why it's green, though. It's always just been something that happened, and I never thought to change it. And I'll basically just use control flames to make the flame you put in the fireplace sort of flare up and turn like a bright green.
Wow. You've mentioned the weave multiple times. What is that?
I'm not 100% sure myself. It's a complex theory, almost. Essentially, in layman's terms, it's where magic comes from. In my field of study, you can take this weave and think of it like a harp. It has multiple strings, and as I pluck at it, I'm able to create certain effects. At least that's how I visualize it in my head. I'm sure other people do differently.
A harp, like what Kelpie has?
Sort of, yeah. Personally, I view it as a bit of a drum. But I recognize that strings are a bit easier to understand. Beating a drum doesn't really... Oh yes, I'm plucking at the drum. No, it's bad.
I would love to see that sometime.
A firm rapping comes upon the door to, like, interrupt your guys' conversation midway. Just, hello?
You notice that Talok immediately he stops talking. His sort of jovial expression as he was talking about one of his favorite subjects immediately turns to like a seriousness. He walks over the door, stands next to it, like almost like a FBI open up type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Moss just panics and turns into a cat very quickly.
Oh shit!
Oh, yes.
That's hilarious.
Hey, Mr. Tuffet?
He's not here right now. I believe he's enjoying the festival.
Oh, I'm sorry. Looker said that Mr. Tuffet was staying up here. I was just seeing if he had returned. He's back at the festival.
He should be.
Oh, bother. All right, if you see him, can you tell him that we're going to be on stage at the 10th bell? We really need him.
Okay.
Thank you, whoever you are.
Insight check. Is that a code for something?
No, it's his band.
You can make an insight check.
Talok doesn't.
Yeah.
Talok doesn't know.
At this point, you kind of hear creaking as the person outside the door kind of walks away.
We need to go find
15.
We need to go find
15.
Kelpie.
It seemed honest, but
Okay. Yeah, let's go find him. I don't like that at all. Where the heck did Moss go? Why is there? Oh.
Nadine gently rubs out to scratch Moss's head.
And just rubs up against your hand. Starts purring.
This is the best someone else's birthday ever.
That's very adorable. All right, let's go. And I will pick up Moss Cat, put him on my shoulder
Moss
like a Pikachu.
Cat! Yes!
That's a weird.
Moss
That's
Cat!
a weird situation because I feel like, can you feel touch usually?
Well, yes.
Oh, okay.
Moss Cat, Moss Cat,
Magic.
Moss Cat.
Yeah, I will pick up Moss Cat, put him on my shoulder, have him perched, and we'll go find
A bird?
Kelpie.
all right, synchronize your
Oh,
watches
God.
so that Moss Cat doesn't turn back into a moss robot on your
Oh
shoulder.
God.
That's funny though.
Moss Spot. Moss Spot, Moss Cat.
All right,
Moss Moscow.
Transformer.
Tavern, although not really seemingly plausible, has swelled to even greater capacity in the time that you've been gone upstairs, and is in just absolute shoulder-to-shoulder room downstairs as the festival is breaking into it's basically high capacity. Everyone's come out of their homes and is drinking. You squeeze your way down and out, and you can see Talok. You would notice you've seen Kelpie talk to these folk before, but there are a trio of, I guess technically it would be a quartet of halflings make their way out of the front and down into the White Stone, and then head into the festival proper. All of them having instruments, kind of strewn over their backs. One of them having kind of like a small drum, kind of tethered over their shoulders, and they're making their way to the Moonlight Gardens. As you guys exit into the festival proper, it is just crazy outside. Is people with streamers, and you see like the glamour of magical fireworks bursting off into the air. There's music surrounding everything, and the guards are having a hard time basically like keeping people off of walkways and ledges and things that they should not be climbing on, like the university. You guys wanting to head into town, up into the center, or where are you going?
I would have saw where Kelpie went, right? Like, not like for the tour, obviously, but I saw the direction he was heading in before. Yeah, I'll start going that way.
Okay.
He should be this way. That's why I saw him go, after all. I mean, unless he did something
Nadine,
stupid,
as you're
like go on tour.
kind of heading into this and you're following Talok, and can you just make me just a wisdom saving throw?
Oh shit! Yeah, I can.
yeah,
Let me find that.
God darn.
Dice.
Panic attack.
Roll
We
for
get
panic
those-
attack.
Those
basically,
dice,
yeah.
baby.
Oh, that's a 5.
Oh
Five.
shit.
All right, Talak, you're leading Nadine through this crowd, and Nadine, you are like getting swallowed up, and like you're falling 3 or 4 people behind. You then kind of have to like duck. People are brushing up against you. There's no personal space.
I don't like that.
And eventually, after like several just uncomfortable minutes, you end up in front of the gigantic temple to Selune, which is basically like a 2-story manor-like structure that has a giant marble tower in the center. Kelpie, you are in the midst of your tour at this point, and
Okay.
you have you've gone down. You started on the lower end to where there is the Elven district, fine craftsmen and artisans. There is an additional kind of guard tower, and this is where the Aladrin warriors basically practice up here on top of this raised structure. And this is essentially like an elite elven barracks. This is where all of these kind of women that are the elven guards of this city train. And you can kind of hear the occasional clang of swordplay coming from up top on that private platform. You then would have headed northwest through a residential district to what is then considered the West Market Row. This is a series of all of these local merchants and vendors. Most of their shops are closed at this point. And then you would have ended up in the Noble Artisan District up to the top, where there is a separate temple that is dedicated to the Overgod. And then there are several very, very expensive manor-type houses, a magical shop in Alchemist Guild, an enormous statue of a horseback riding King Alderic I, which is standing outside of a dwarven monuments business. They specialize in creating tombstones and other things hewn out of rock. You then kind of begin to make your way over here to the northeast side of the ring, and are shown more kind of middle-class historic buildings, row houses, and the like, all sort of Tudor in structure. And then would make your way then south back towards the entrance as the circular tour ends. The only thing that you may be curious about is they completely left out like the gnomish district, and it didn't say really anything about kind of this other ward that is within the Whitestones.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be curious about that. So, what about the? I'm gonna walk up to the tour guide. What about the other places we didn't go?
Excuse me, just a moment. Yes, yes, goodbye. Yes, enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh,
Goodbye.
okay.
And what?
Where's the gift shop?
You wanted to know about what?
Also the gift shop. That's right. I got some friends I got to buy some stuff for. But I noticed there were some places we didn't go. Well, they like dangerous or something? What?
No.
Maybe we're not as friendly to kids.
It's complicated. I'm afraid. It's the Whitestone here. All of these rocks that you're standing on below your feet. These are actually hewn from the ruins of what this site used to be, dug from caverns underneath. It used to be, in the ancient world, a sacred site to the rock gnomes that were native to the island. And since the Great War, this place has been rebuilt in union with them, but they like to keep their own sacred spaces. They prefer not to indulge in these festivities in the way that the elves and humans do.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks. That was a great tour. But yeah, seriously, where's the gift shop?
You'll find several vendors right here inside the gardens. They're selling streamers and hats, and there's also commemorative haversacks. They're not magical though, but they've got fine stitchery.
What is that?
They're bags. They're just
Oh, cool.
yes.
Okay.
And
Well, I'll
don't
tell you
forget to
what-
get your commemorative tankard as well. If you carry it around, it's a little more expensive up front, but you can get refills basically anywhere at half price.
Oh my god. Oh, that sounds delightful. I'm gonna hand her the little silver piece that I got from that guy, and I was like, well, thank you for taking time out your day for that. That was lovely.
Oh, and a silver piece. Bless you. And she pockets it and gives you a bow and then heads back and she starts shouting up into the air, Tours of Aelingil, and starts collecting fresh heads for the next round.
I want to buy a little knickknacks for all my friends.
All right. So as you head, you find a vendor. There are kids and others sort of scrambling and grabbing things. I want that. I want the sweetie. You're not getting the sweetie. And you find a place that's selling little like commemorative what's called them like sacks or satchel bags, as well as commemorative hats, tankards, all of the gear that you would need to celebrate the festival in style.
So I'm gonna buy a streamer so I can like tie it to the top of my little banjo, and I'm gonna buy everybody a hat. So it's at 5 hats.
You're the best.
All right.
This is very important.
Right. 5 hats. They seem to be a little overpriced, marked up, but it is going to cost you in total 15 silver.
Okay. Well, here you go, and I hand it off to the person. How much? What is the? Oh, never mind. It says it right here.
10 silver to 1 gold.
Yeah. You make the exchange. All sales are final, thank you. There you are. One size fits all. Tell your friends. We'll see you next year, too.
Okay, have a good one now.
In time, you guys make it here. Moss, you probably have a good 50 minutes or so left in your transformation. Talok and Nadine, are you just going to be searching for Kelpie outright? If so, we can make a roll. Just perception.
All right.
Yeah. Gotcha. Let me roll that.
I feel like I'm hard to miss. I'm the only guy in this place that probably doesn't have shoes on.
I rolled a natural 20 for
Woo.
perception, 21.
And Moss is
That's
just
a
gonna
19 for me.
jump off of Talok and just jump straight at Nadine.
Got it. Kelpie comes walking towards you with a handful of garments and a very obvious, like, freshly purchased gift posture. As you come all together at a head at the front of the Moonlight Gardens, as the 3 of you are standing there. Moss, you're still transformed, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to say, do I meet back up with them or I'm at the temple still?
You would all be really sort of right in front of the temple where the
Okay,
garden
got it.
entrance is. And
catch
right
Moss.
about that time, as Talok, you see Kelpie kind of coming towards you, and you point towards him. From behind you, you can hear a guard just shout out to you, "You there! Halt!"
Who, me?
Do we all hear that?
Yeah, the crowd, portions of them, large swaths of them, begin to kind of like quiet down as everybody turns and stares. As several guards come marching down from the gates of the entrance to the temple and begin to kind of like approach you, Talok and Kelpie and Nadine, as with just the sternest, just no nonsense demeanor, they say, "You there!
Wait,
the hour-
there's a. Oh, sorry.
The
You
hour's
go ahead,
upon
my
us."
What hour?
What?
Well, to be crowned victors in the hunt, of course. Look at how late it is. It's about to get dark.
Where's Jim?
Oh. Well, Jim, he said he was gonna go down and find himself a drink, but I did get you guys these really cool hats.
Oh, well,
Nadine
What kind of
puts on the
hat is it? Is
immediately.
it like a trucker hat? Like, what is this shit?
Medieval trucker hat.
We're just going to leave that up to your own imagination.
Mine
A
is
party hat.
no. I want because I
a little
already
Robin
have.
Hood.
I already have my I have a straw farmer's hat on almost. So I'm gonna put it on top
You
of
stacking
that.
your hats? Yeah, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna put it on top of that. Guys, this place is fucking nifty. Tell you what, I went on a tour. I
Went
met
on a
some.
tour.
I met some lady. She was she was intimidating, but she said something about pray saltine or something. I don't recall.
What?
But
Hey,
I don't
DM, can I roll a
remember.
perception check on this guard?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, is he's just staring at us as I'm just like, here you go.
That's
wait.
an 11.
What are you trying to deduce?
What's an
Well,
11?
Are you trying to deduce something specific, or?
Something seems off.
Mm.
I'm trying to see if something seems off.
Make me an insight.
We'll do that. That was a 10.
Okay. Just stern and overwhelmed, overworked.
Got it.
And kind of not wanting to participate with any more nonsense and seeing you all in just these silly hats. She says, all right, listen, come to the stairs. There were 1, 2, 3. There were 4 of you, right?
Yeah, I just gotta find my brother. I also gotta find there's these guys I'm gonna play a song with later. It's gonna be great. You should come check it out. You seem like you need a performance, pep in your step a little bit.
I'm working tonight and I'm not allowed to fraternize with non-citizens.
Oh, I mean, you could just stand within the radius of the song. I got this really cool trick actually that I can do, and I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to project my voice just a little bit, not super loud. I can go louder than this too. I'm pretty good,
Back in my
Wonderful.
tribe, we called that bass boosting.
She
Oh
gives
my
you, she gives you this kind of help me look, Nadine, as she then looks back at Kelpie and says, I'm just
I elbow Kelpie kind of in the ribs, and I'm like, anyways, let's talk about.
Ow, my bad ribs.
I'm what? Oh, Lord.
I don't really
We'll
have any
talk
good
about
ribs
that.
right now.
I figured. We'll talk about that later. Let's just. What about this crowning? Crowning? We're being crowned. Why are we being crowned?
Oh yeah, the I imagine she was tall. The tall lady said that the dog thing was good, and we're gonna get our prize.
The beast that we killed. Yes.
Yeah,
That.
yeah, the beast.
So
thing,
now
yeah.
we're okay. So now
Yeah,
we're getting
so,
crowned for killing the
Well, I
beast.
mean, I don't know if everybody's. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I kind of got caught up in the moment. I was like, oh yeah, the brothers did it. So I mean, hopefully
So then
y'all.
you two can,
I mean,
or any of us.
I mean,
Let's
we
just
could
do it.
share. We could share still. I just,
Nadine
I didn't
glares at Kelpie with the if looks could kill. She just glares at him and smiles, and it's just like, anyways, let's see
There's
what
not
this
a-
person has to say.
not a
It's
thought in my head.
It's
Just blank.
very kind of you to try to include us, Kelpie, but I was there. I saw that it was you and your brother that killed that beast, and you deserve the spotlight for this one.
I agree.
Oh. Okay. Well, I guess
Moss is
looking at
currently
the
just very distracted by this guard.
looking at the guard. I'm like, well, I gotta find my brother. I mean, we hopefully this is kind of quick because like I said, I gotta run for that show. But I think he went that way, and I'm gonna point towards the way he walked off.
Do you want me to go try and find him?
I mean, I guess I was gonna walk on over there, but if you want to walk with me, or should I stay? Should I stay here, guard? What was your name? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
Oh, you can refer to me as guard. I am.
That just I wanna. That doesn't feel very
Kelpie,
human. What?
I'm
I'm going to go find your brother. Stay
Let's go
here.
find your brother.
Okay.
And Nadine goes to find Jim.
I'll go with. I'll leave Moss with Kelpie.
I'm just passively white noise conversation to this guard.
Oh,
This. Have you been on the tour?
oh my god.
At this point, it looks like she's just wants to just drop her head as heavy as she can onto her spear.
I've heard Storm Hollow's pretty nice this time of year.
As
Oh.
you guys turn around, you do a cursory look here of the festival. Go ahead and make me perception checks to see who's going
I
to
got it
find.
this time.
May
Fuck,
I
that's
give them? Oh,
a 10.
Would they?
I was
Since
going to ask if I could give them the help action with this.
since I knew where he went, like I kind of pointed to them. Would that like help them? Because like I saw where I saw
a
the
half hour or more.
Okay, that's fair,
it's
that's fair.
possible that he's wandered. All right. So what did you rolled a 4?
I got a 10.
Oh, you got a
Could I?
10.
I was going to give them the help action. Is that too late for that now?
I mean, it's going to. So just who all went searching?
I
Just
did.
I was told
Me
to
and Nadine.
stay. So
Me and
Okay.
Nadine win.
So with help would have just been what 12.
No, help would allow them advantage on the roll.
Oh wait. No, sorry, I was playing Pathfinder last night, you guys.
Whoa,
Hell
cheating on us? Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So with we roll with advantage. So just roll again.
This is the one, guys.
I believe.
That's a nat 20!
yo,
Oh, yo! It was the one. I blew on my phone screen because I'm using them to
And you
roll instead of real
wasted it?
dice.
on Jim Tuffet.
It's not a waste if it's Jimmy Tuffet. It's
As-
never a waste.
It's just Jim.
It's never just Jim.
You guys make it over here to the far side. Peering down an alley, there's a long line outside of a food stand that is called it's called Shaywitch, and you just hear a barker at this window. Get your famous Shaywitch here. Shaywitch is for everybody. As this like halfling is basically like creating these just really just delectable smelling cold cuts on fresh baked bread. But coming from down the alleyway, you see Jim, and for a brief moment he turns and you see he kind of kneels down to meet a fellow a little closer to the stone, and gives him a bit of a shaking of a hand, and you see the little gnomish man in the dark robes kind of give Jim a nod and a smile as he then turns back into the courtyard, and Jim sees you and goes, "Oh, hey everybody! Hey, come on, it's almost time."
Nadine stops for a second and goes, "Why were you talking to him?"
Oh, we were just he found me at the beer garden and wanted to show me this great shop, and did Kelpie tell you we're winning that brooch? Right, the moonstone jewelry. We're winning.
Can I roll insight on Jim?
Yeah, go for it.
Come on. This is 15.
15. All right.
You have a
he
proficiency in Jim.
continues to just like berate you with like, yeah. So anyway, you didn't met him before. His name's Wes Gladly, right? And he said the winner's going to win that prize. And I said, yeah, I'm the winner. And he said, that's great. And he said, listen, there's a shop and they'll buy it from you. Like we can win it, turn it into cash tonight, split it, whatever, 5 ways, 4 ways, whatever it was. That's great news, right? All right. Anyway, listen, we got a prize to accept. So like, come on, let's go.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Jim. Put my arm around his shoulder.
Nadine's gonna kind of have us move in the right direction as this is happening.
I wouldn't trust that fellow very much.
I mean, outward appearances and all, like, I get it. Like, he's kind of a creepy little guy, but, like, look at Kelpie. Look at you. I mean, no offense. Like, and
I sort of give it that thing where I sort of lean back, tilt my head to the side, just like, keep talking.
And Nate, all right. You know what? I'm just gonna, let's just talk it over. Let's just talk. Anyway, he realizes he's dug himself into a deep hole at this point. And sort of just says, let's just talk to the others. We'll see.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to make a decision without everybody, so yeah.
She kind of looks at Talok and kind of like gives him a bit of a nod, like kind of checking, like, are we on the same page here? That was a little suspicious. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
He sort of gives you like the side eye, like, yeah, but it's a lot more subtle.
Cool. I think there's just kind of a silent agreement there to just like figure that one out later as the group kind of goes back to Kelpie and Moss.
Yeah.
Cool. I feel like I would be very interested in this cat. Nah, obviously that's Moss.
Moss cat, moss cat, moss cat.
Completely ignoring Kelpie, does this guard have anything dangling off of them?
Oh.
Yeah, maybe like little silver and moonstone beads, like
Oh my
in
God.
like a couple of like dreadlocks, just kind of like dangling off the side, like sort of like just really just kind of styled through like a sideburn, that's been kind of woven up, and just sort of like just swinging under the helmet, kind of dangling out the base of it. 'cause
Just
these
swinging,
yeah, just like little dangly beads of dangling, swinging hair.
not
you
to
know.
a cat.
Anything that I could reach from the ground?
Oh God.
I mean, no,
Cats are jumpy.
but at this point, are you trying to get all like purry rubby on the guard or what?
Yeah, kinda.
Trying to get purry rubby on the guard.
All right, can you make me make me
Rubby
an,
roll.
can make me an I'm a cute cat roll?
Okay.
What would
Is that
mean?
performance? What?
It's gonna either be performance or persuasion or
The
I'm
purry
a
rubby
cute
roll.
make me a fuzzy kitty witters roll, please.
Is that a D12 or?
A D12.
There's actually a special dice that just has cat on it.
So that is
Yeah.
a 6
Oh no!
minus 2 to a 4.
Oh no!
All right. She has these like high, like steeled shin guards on and these like metal boot covers. And you get close to her and she like literally like just begins to kind of like flick her foot towards you and says, no, no, no.
Oh. Whose cat? Whose cat is it? I'm gonna try to pick up the cat.
I can't. I am allergic.
Oh yeah, let me get that. I'm gonna.
I think
attempt.
at this
I grabbed
point,
the cat.
does the group approach?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's my
I'm-
cat. Sorry, that's mine. My cat.
I
Come
hold up-
here.
I hold
Come
up the
here.
cat.
Who are you
This one?
kicking that cat?
Wait, do you mean this cat?
This cat.
Well,
is,
she's allergic.
Well,
She doesn't-
I'm so sorry, man. I just grabbed Moss, like prop him on the shoulder like a
Uh.
weird pirate.
Man,
We found
I wanted
Jim.
to hold it. I wanted to. Oh, Jim! I like tossed him his hat. Here you
Buddy.
go.
Oh man, this is great. Man, that fits good too. How's it
Oh
look?
yeah.
Oh man, I gotta get the shirt now too.
Oh, you
Oh,
know.
hey! Before
Hey.
we got a minute or two. Here, come up the steps. She said.
Yeah,
she
sure,
said
sure,
at the last light. A little creepy guy from the wagon.
Oh yeah, the wagon guy.
Yeah, listen. He said that he'd buy that the prize from us, the jewelry that they're gonna give us. And we could just split the cash outright. He could buy it like right after we get it. We just got to meet over there, and then I figured we could just split it up and just have ourselves a grand old time here, and then that'd probably pay for our trip back up north, right? And see you guys off to wherever the hell it is you're going.
That doesn't sound like a bad deal. I'm not.
What
gonna
about
lie.
where's the robot? Where the hell
I
did you get a
don't
cat?
know, but
Hey,
yeah, that's
hey.
what I mean.
I look at Jim, and I'm just like, Jim, this is Moss, my cat Moss. And I'm just like looking at him, hoping that he'll put
Oh,
the
you-
pieces together.
You
Oh.
named him after your friend.
And I'm just gonna start hitting.
Kelpie. That is
okay.
Moss.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
I just look him like I get really close and just look him dead in his soul.
I slap you.
Well, first of all, ow. Are you like still made out of rocks and stuff, or
Oh my lord!
like how does?
Don't we have like 2 minutes?
Oh,
Less than that, as you see the bands and the buskers begin to quiet as you all peer up, and as the last vestiges of light fade from the sky and darkness rolls over the hillside to the west, a strange murmur goes over the crowd as you can hear the slight chanting of priest voices, all emanating this quiet murmuring choir sound, as then this beam of moonlight comes straight up out of the top of the temple dome and just sends beams of fractal light all across the sky into the clouds, as you can see a strange theatrical mist basically roll off the top of this overlook, this balcony that rises high above the stairs. As two double doors open, met by the sound of reverberating drums and the marching of several guards, as Priestess Justira makes her way to the balcony and sends out kind of a spiraling twinkle of magical lights that cascade down into the audience like glowing lanterns and sort of float like bubbles on the air. The crowd cheers in amazement. As she says, "Welcome everyone to the Verdant Equinox Festival. This is the night of the most auspicious of occasions. The great full moon, the face of Selune, the goddess herself, watches us high in the sky. Be amazed as her beauty graces the presence." As she then waves her hand through the air, you begin to see the cloud cover dissipate. As it dissolves into a clear night starry sky, as you can see the full moon sort of like off to kind of the east, or off to the west, and you see the cloud clap again as she says, "And now for the announcements."